Good evening, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to round 6 of the VFU Virtual Formula Universe, that is. Formula 1 1994 World Championship live from Donington Park, home to our special SEGA trophy race. So, for this race, the winner will be able to take home the coveted SEGA trophy that has Sonic the Hedgehog's likeness on it, as you've seen from the stream intro. The drivers are piling out very shortly for their qualifying session, and there they go. Let's get into it. Sandwiching the Lotus, and the Lotus has been waved by. This round of the championship features many cars being brought to the track. A lot of new chassis configurations. You can see the Lotus 109 of Jeff has updated engine cover. He sports new barge boards, and the diffuser is also completely different. And this goes for many new cars of the grid. As you can see, they all have the airbox holes. This was done in lieu of Ayrton Senna and Roland Ratzenberger's death to try and slow the cars down. It's more simplified diffusers and the airbox hole to give the engines less power by making them less efficient. Looking at Ronan Griffin. On his first lap of the day. Let's go on board with him as he enters the second to last corner. Tricky hairpins. And he seems to be waving that lap off, or it may have just been an out lap. May have just been an out. So this should be his lap now. No, he's waved it off. And Bivona sets the provisional pole of the session. The Italian driving for Lotus. And Jeff has just done his time as well, which I believe is a banker lap, because a 1:16.9 is not that great, very far off the pace of his teammate. Ronan Griffin staying in the pits, Aaron Curtis is not yet out. Spirit Chev seeming to be planning an out lap in his new McLaren. Excuse me. And as this is in Great Britain, the laws of advertising here don't allow for more outwardly tobacco or contraband advertising. I think alcohol is okay, but tobacco is not, so all the cars have minor livery adjustments. In France, Magny-Cours, where we go next, the laws are a bit more stringent. So they might need to rethink the schemes a bit further. It looks like Spirichev is preparing to go on this lap shortly. He starts his lap. Down through Old Hairpin. It's looking very racy, lots of sparks flying out. Wow, flew through that chicane without any trouble, made that look very effortless. And this is going to be a good lap. It's managed to keep the tyres in good condition and not overheat them. Potter sets the provisional pole, but I think this will be beat shortly by Spirichev, and there it is, a 109.822. A very good lap from Spirichev. So Owen Potter is in second place, followed by Bivona, who is just 6/10 off of Potter and 9/10 off of Spirichev. The tyres sets fourth place for the Tyrrell team. The Latvian returns to Formula 1. Borden is in sixth place. Actually, oh no! The order just changed. Nick Holliday is now fourth fastest with a 1:12.4. So a very good lap for the leisure driver in the top 5, the points paying position, the top 6, the points paying positions. So Batars is now 5th, Borden is 6th, Jeff is 7th. Lewis is not having a great qualifying session at the moment in 8th. Ronan Griffin yet to set a lap, and Aaron Curtis is now out on track in his Williams Renault. Oh, and he spins badly, and it's a major impact into the wall. That's a wasted lap, unfortunately. A big accident. Car's completely damaged. Beyond repair. Well, thankfully, using a simulator, you can repair them very quickly, but that was a big incident. Planning to go on another lap very soon, I think. Is going to start his lap. Let's go on board with the Ligier driver. Smooth first corner. Looking fast through the hairpin. Lap for him. Ligier does have that engine power despite its rather poor chassis, and this track is very power orientated. There's a chicane to go and then 2 hairpins. The chicane looks good. there's going to be a lot of overtaking into this part of the race. And I've actually been very much looking forward to coming back. As Lewis says, time good for P7. I've been looking forward to coming back and commentating because I wasn't able to. Oh, as Sporting spins. Not a very bad bang into the wall. Should be able to get going again. But I've been looking forward to coming back and commentating because I missed the commentary for Monaco at that time. So it's good to get back in the booth as well with these new classic graphics that you guys will be having the pleasure of watching. As we look at the tires. Still the pole sitter. Tires 2.8 seconds off. Let's see if we can improve. And it looks like it's going to be another failed attempt and a crash into the wall, unfortunately, at Coppice. Potter on a lap himself, and he gets through Coppice cleanly. He's actually the poster boy selected by the British media for this one. Fogarty S's has just passed through towards Melbourne Hairpin. He's 3/10 off the pole time, so the Ferraris are... Oh, and that's winning the 108 as I say that. So now he's a second off the pole time, but let's see if he improves and gets close. Ferraris do look quite strong today. No improvement, unfortunately, for Potter. No major improvement, at least. The Ferraris are 3 and 4. Spirichev is not far ahead of them. Looks like he's on a lap himself. Let's go back on board. Negotiates it quite well. There's a lot of time to be lost there. It's unfortunately bottled that. I've just remembered, I've been informed, I forgot to say it earlier. We have Jacob Metcalf present at this race, but due to a penalty incurred at Monaco, he will be starting from the pit lane. We also have a few grid penalties across the board. We have Alexei Spirichev with a grid place penalty. Edis Tires with a grid place penalty. And I believe that's everyone. Unfortunately, Nick was disqualified from his points finish in Monaco for a collision under the safety car and a few other things. Monaco was a race to watch. It was very unfortunate that I couldn't cover that one, but we will see the final grid order when we move into the race session, but there are quite a few grid penalties, so that may change the landscape of things come to the race start. We have Jeff on his way out. Salvatore is on a lap. He's using the hard compounds. He's having trouble getting qualifying compounds to work. Locks up badly, as you can see his tires are very much on the border there. Flat spots all over. Jeff on an out lap. Morden just coming out of the pits, and that's Potter who's might have been held up by Jeff, which would be very unfortunate. It seems it wasn't an attempt, because it's continuing as if nothing happened. This Ferrari, actually, let's talk about this Ferrari. Complete chassis transformation. The barge boards are different, the side pod shape is different, the nose has been changed, the front wings, rear wings. Actually, a lot of cars have these new rear wing types. There's still a few cars to go. The Jordan needs its update soon. I think we have one or two cars that aren't present today. Maybe the Sauber that is missing its late season diffuser, so that may come in later updates of the mod. It's always a work in progress. Not much from what I can see going on right now. Let's check. You can see the live speeds of the drivers. One I can see on a lap. Burton is on a lap looking for the movement action. Let's see. Runs a little wide, and that's going to be off into copies once again. This is Salvatore, who's now trying the softs after qualifying in the current 7th position. For Salvatore. Oh, but he's ran quite wide at Melbourne. And Goddard's negotiated cleanly enough into the straight. No improvement for him, unfortunately, though. He needs to dial in those qualifying tyres as soon as possible if he can. Jeff is off, just caught the tail end of it, and has no laps, may not qualify again, unfortunately, or try and set a lap again, unfortunately for himself. Borden for a final lap of the session, I believe. Let's go on board. It's a little bit of a slow first turn for him. Heading quickly down towards Old Hairpin, sparks flying. That was not a great, yeah, she's waved it off. I was about to say she got onto the curb, so it really slowed her down. Approaching the end of the session with 11 minutes to go out of the 30 they've been allocated. Lewis Wedding in the pits, sitting at provisional pole. Let's see if we can get a camera on him. With a 108. Curtis is just in reaching distance of Wedding. Spirichev not far away, but he has a quick penalty, so that will move Griffin up into third. Potter will be behind Spirichev. Vivona leading in front of Salvatore Swarnell in the standings. Borden is done with all 12 laps used. 8th. 9th is Holiday. 10th is Tires, who is struggling with his material at the moment, it seems. And that's Aaron Curtis off in the distance. Seems he's bottled his qualifying lap. And we'll have to reattempt. Burton 11th and Jeff 12th. 6 seconds off the pace of the top qualifier. So let's see if Curtis will reattempt. That might have just been him getting out of the way. I think it was. Spirichev is very slow behind him as well. They don't want to overlap the qualifying laps. Find 6,000 or 1/10, or just needs to find 600s or better at 1/10. Thousands would be 0.001. Incredible skill to get through those chicanes without barely braking. One more hairpin to go through, and it's a mistake at the exit. That might not be good enough for pole. Let's see. Ah, but it is. It's just barely good enough with a 100th of a second separating Curtis and Wedding. So fantastic lap from Aaron. And that is another Williams front row. Williams have been very predominant. See, the Ferrari drivers were very strong last season when Griffin and Potter moved up from Ligier, so they might be able to have an answer to the Williams with their new chassis, lighter, better aerodynamically, more grip. Hopefully they can do something about it, but I've seen that Potter and Griffin are more of race specialists rather than qualifying specialists. But anything can happen in the race, as Lorenzo Turri, who subbed in for an injured Metcalf in the Benetton, got the win in Monaco and broke Lewis Wedding's streak. There's Owen Potter now on a lap. Chicanes look good. Melbourne hairpin to go, as well as the Goddard's hairpin. That was a clean exit. This is going to be an improvement, I think. And it is. It's good enough to beat his teammate, and just barely slower than Spirichev's time. And Spirichev has a penalty anyway, so that promotes Potter to third position on the grid. So let's see what Ronan can do. But we also have a Williams out on track. It's Lewis Wedding looking to defend his pole position. Oh, there's a car on track. Nick stays out of the way and it doesn't seem to distract Lewis too much. Thank goodness. It's looking good for pole, actually. It's a very smooth lap so far. Fogarty S is coming up. Wow, a lot of wheel spin there, almost opposite lock to get through. The hairpin, a lock up, that might cost him the lap. A lot of understeer. Oh, has he lost connection? No, he's abandoned the lap. He knew it wasn't going to be fast enough. Let's go with Ronan, or not Ronan Potter. Ronan Potter. I mean Ronan Griffin. Where is he? Should be on track. That's Nick Holiday off. Salvatore starting on outlap, I think. Bona also starting outlap, who has driven that Lotus to an amazing 6th place. Ronan might have abandoned his previous lap. There's not much time left. Should be around 5 minutes. 3 minutes left in the session. Not a lot of track activity at the moment. Vaivona gets waved by. I don't think Vaivona will beat the Ferrari. Although it is slightly more competitive than it used to be. Fortunately, the Lotus team ran out of money, and I think this is their last year in F1. So we wait for Vaivona to start his lap. Here we go. Vaivona on his 5th qualifying lap of the day. 3 minutes to go. Ferrari behind him. Is that just lag, I'm hoping? Seems to be just lag. I don't think he ran wide. It is just lag. Seems like it could be a decent lap, but I don't think Vaivona will find 8/10. Lewis Wedding is still second, has not beaten Aaron Curtis's time. Let's go back to Vaivona. And he's abandoned the lap. Seems like too many mistakes. Ronan Griffin, though, still on his lap, his final lap of the session. And improvement, but not enough to beat out Potter. So Potter will be 3rd, Spirchev will be 4th, and Ronan Griffin will be 5th. Is there any other cars on track? I believe there's just the Williams jostling for pole. So let's see what Wedding does. There's not a lot of time left in the session, just 50 seconds. 50 seconds left in the session for Lewis Wedding to battle out pole, and it's a mistake on exit. I don't think that'll be enough for pole, and it is not. Meanwhile, Spirichev, although there's not enough time, is getting ready to get back on track for another attempt. Curtis waves his attempt, considering Lewis does not have time to do another, so Lewis is not going to be on pole for the British European, British. We don't have Silverstone on our calendar, so I'm going to say it's the British Grand Prix. Vojvoda doesn't have time for another lap, nor does Spirichev, but they are out on track for whatever reason that may be. I think he's just realized that he won't have time. Vojvoda seems to have not realized it yet. And the session is ticked over. He did not realize it, unfortunately for himself. So, with that, we have, for the first time in a long time, a different pole sitter. I think Lorenzo may have gotten pole for the Monaco race. I will try to get highlights of that up as soon as possible. But for this race, Aaron Curtis is our pole sitter. The session is ticking over, so while that happens, we will go to a break, and I will see you very soon for the race. And we're back. We are just shortly about to begin the race. All cars are heading to the pit lane and making final preparations. We should be underway very shortly. Good luck to all the drivers, and I can't wait to commentate this race. It should be a very thrilling race. A lot of cars are close in qualifying and race trim. Unexpected result today. We had quite a thriller of a race, and the session has just ticked over. So, the British Grand Prix starting shortly.
Relax, hit your apexes.
Let's check. Let's see. Formation lap has just begun. Seems all have gotten away well. No, there's an issue. McLaren is in the pits. Let's go back. A bit of a technical issue, I think. So there will be a quick restart. back shortly. And we're back. Sorry for the quick technical issues. We have Jacob Metcalf starting in the lane, and we also had some other penalties to allocate. That has been fixed now, so should be okay. Just loading the digital modules. And we're perfect. Now, let's get on with the formation lap. So, on pole, Aaron Curtis, locked out front, Williams front row with Lewis Wedding, followed by Owen Potter and Alexei Spirichev, Ferrari and McLaren respectively. Fifth is Ronan Griffin, who's qualified ahead of Agatino Vaibona, who's had an amazing qualifying session in the Lotus. Then Salvatore Sirignano 7th, 8th is Alexis Gordon, 9th is Nicholas Holiday, 10th is Burton, Lewis Rees Burton, 11th is Jeff Revere, and 12th is Edith Guitars serving a grid place penalty. 13th is Jacob Metcalf, who will start from the pit lane serving a penalty. Let's catch up with the leaders and watch this race start get going. All the cars have headed to the grid. Everything seems fine and dandy. The British Grand Prix is set to get going very shortly.
Get ready.
Here we go, live from Donington Park. The lights are counting out.
Green flag.
And the flag has dropped. It is green at Donington Park. And it looks like Owen Potter gets away amazingly on the inside, manages to push Aaron Curtis off a little bit. There's a little bit of squirreling going on back in the pack. I think that was Alexis Borden getting a little bit crossed up. And Spirichev has jumped into third position and dropped Lewis Wedding back into fourth. Lewis Wedding is looking for a way around, but there doesn't seem to be any as they pass the old hairpin. And there's a car off! There's a car off! It's Burton! It's Burton with a broken front wing. Meanwhile, Owen Potter is leading the British Grand Prix. A British driver is leading the British Grand Prix, and Potter gets off and allows Aaron Curtis to go through as well as Spirichev. They're heading towards the Melbourne hairpin. Spirichev has the inside, and it looks like he's going to take the lead. There's a bit of contact with Potter. Oh, and Ronan Griffin has gone off. Ronan Griffin has gone off. An amazing first lap from Spirichev. He's leading the British Grand Prix. He's set the fastest lap. We have both Williams 2 and 3 bringing up the podium positions. Owen Potter dropped back into 4th. A very costly mistake from Ronan. Will have to work very hard to get back up the grid. Meanwhile, we now have Jacob Metcalf, who is on his 2nd lap, who started from the pit lane in the Benetton Ford. And the Williams look to be working very hard to catch up with the McLaren. Great lap from Alexei. Heading towards the hairpin once again. Will there be any attempts at overtaking? No, Aaron Curtis holds his position. Potter isn't far away. Bifona is holding his own in the Lotus. And it looks like a little bit of understeer from Spirichev. He's using all soft tyres, while the Williams seem to be using hards only, both of them. They've just set the fastest lap. And given that Spirichev is on softs, his tyres are gonna fall off quicker than Williams. A lot of teams have talked about one-stop and two-stop strategies. With our new graphic in the top left corner, you can see there that we can see how many stops drivers have taken. We have a bit of lap traffic coming up. Let's see if this changes anything. Thought it was about to spin, but he did not. Lewis lets the top 3 by in trouble. Go through the chicane quickly once again. Will there be an attempt from Aaron? No, there is a lunge from Lewis. Lewis is looking. Spirichev is making that McLaren very wide. He's doing everything he can. And Aaron is going to have a go for 2nd place. He's on the outside. Lewis moves into the middle. Aaron cuts back, but there's no room for the lunge. Meanwhile, Potter 4th, Bifona 5th, Sirignano 6th, and Griffin bearing down on him from the rear on hard tyres. Looks like hard tyres is the order of the day for most cars on this track. Must be a very hot sunny day in Donington Park. And here we go. Sirignano has to leave room. He defends the position brilliantly. Gordon is falling back. Let's check up at the top 3. This Wedding tucked up under the rear wing of Spirichev. There's no room for error for Spirichev. And that's Aaron Curtis, who's late braked and he's going for 2nd place. Power sliding out of the Melbourne hairpin. Side by side. Lewis has the better line, and if these Williams fight each other, they're not going to be able to stay with the McLaren. Spirichev, as he just sets the fastest lap of the race. Looks like Salvatore has gotten past the Lotus of Bifona. And now it's Ronan to get past, and looks like Bifona just made a bad mistake going towards the old hairpin. The Williams are not working together today. It's all bets off at the Williams camp. Both drivers are indeed racing each other to the benefit of Alexis Spirichev. Sirignano holding 5th. Bifona 6th. 7th is Griffin. 8th is Borden. 9th is Battars, who's climbing up the field with Metcalf bearing down on him. Nick Holliday has made a mistake early in the race. We confirmed that, and so did Lewis, Reese Burton. So the Ligiers are not having a good day. Jeff is holding the 12th position. I think Metcalf will go on a serious charge with that new Benetton chassis, excuse me. And And the fastest lap of the race has just been set by Aaron Curtis. And these three are giving nothing. They're fighting very hard. It's very close racing, and Aaron Curtis has a chance. He might look up the inside. Will Lewis Wedding make his car wide? He will, and he's getting closer to Spirichev. McLaren's performance might be letting him down here, although the upgraded chassis should be closer to the Williams. And Aaron Curtis is looking up the inside, but he doesn't have enough of the toe. Into the chicane they go. Nose to tail, 1, 2, 3. 6 laps have elapsed. Lewis Wedding looking up the inside, and he cuts the corner. They're 3 wide. Spirichev had to take avoiding action, and Curtis is now alongside. They swap, the Williams swap, going into the final hairpin. There's a yellow flag. There's a yellow flag. I don't know who for, but both Williams have completely dominated the McLaren going into the 7th lap, and now Alexis will try to recover, hopefully. Alexei, excuse me. These two are still very much racing each other, so they could give up the race, making mistakes or possibly colliding with each other, which would be worst case scenario. Potter is lonely in 4th. Sirignano 5th. Griffin has gotten passed by Bona for 6th. 7th by Bona. 8th is Borden. And Metcalf seems to be struggling. He's not being able to get past Tyrrell. He's making mistakes. Maybe struggling with the new balance of the upgraded Benetton. We should see a move from him very soon. Holiday is 11th with Jeff 12th, Burton 13th. And Wedding has just set the fastest lap of the race, so they are making quick work of the McLaren, and that is Aaron power sliding. So this is the order for the time being. Lewis Wedding showing his prowess once again, but Aaron Curtis is toe-to-toe with him, and maybe Aaron Curtis would be smart to just sit behind his teammate, follow his moves, and not make any errors. In fact, he should be pressuring Lewis into an error on his own. That was some great racing for the first 6 laps of this Grand Prix. It looks like Aaron is having another look. They have lapped traffic ahead. A bad exit for Lewis, I think. He was a little bit slower with the understeer. They're heading towards what seems to be a Lotus. Burton is now last, with Jeff pulling right over. Doesn't want any involvement with Williams' battle, which is very sporting from him. So this drivers inter-team battle rages on. Clearly both of them the class of the field. Spirichev seemingly very happy to hold third place. His tyres are falling off quite a bit though. Sirignano has moved up into 4th, and the Ferraris are now together. So we have a Williams 1-2, a McLaren 3-4, and now a Ferrari 5-6. The top teams have secured all points-paying positions in this race. Meanwhile, Bavona 7th, Borden still 8th. Metcalf has now gotten past McLaren and is going to work his way towards Borden in his new Benetton. Let's see what the Ferrari drivers do. Let's see if they try to work together. Obviously, they're all on their lonesome, and they can just claim some good points here today, which would be the wise thing to do. Let's see what the inter-team war is looking like. There's no changes yet. Wedding has traffic. 10 laps have already gone by. This is a quick Grand Prix. Blue flags should be coming up now for the Ligier driver ahead of us. Let's see who that is. It's Nick Holliday. And Aaron Curtis has spun! He couldn't hang with Lewis Wedding. And Lewis Wedding will breathe a sigh of relief as he is able to run off into the distance. But let's see what Nick does. Hopefully Nick doesn't get in the way of Lewis, and he negotiates him very well. Aaron Curtis will be kicking himself with that mistake. A bad spin. Thankfully he did not stall the car. Spirichev is somewhat in striking distance. There's a yellow flag. I'm not sure why. I think we have a retirement. We do. Jeff Riviere is out of the race. So Burton 12th, Holiday 11th. They are both a lap down. Edis Batars. Jacob Metcalf hasn't been able to close in on boarding yet. Ivona 7th. Actually, 7th is not too far away from 6th here. We might see a Lotus battling a McLaren. And we have Potter and Griffin 4th and 5th. And they seem to be working together and not challenging each other for position. Spirichev is still 3rd, no issues. Curtis is 6 seconds behind Lewis Wedding. No pit stops so far. It's looking like another Lewis Wedding victory here, but anything can happen. Curtis is still not too far away. Lewis Wedding sets the fastest lap of the race, 109.7. He has to... Oh, that did not look safe. Who was that? I think it was Lewis Reese Burton. Yes, it was. The Ligier drivers are not the best of blue flaggers. And what is that? That's Lewis going off heavily. Massive crash. That might bring out the safety car. It looks like he just went straight on, like a brake failure of some sort. And Nick Holliday runs wide, seeing his teammate off like that. That was a huge impact. I don't know, what was that? That was insane. He just went straight on. And now Burton is out of the race. Huge crash. Curtis is in the pits. Curtis has stopped. Let's see his stop. For 5 seconds. It's a great stop. Perfect timing to get by Spirichev without issue. Spirichev is in the pits. Potter is now just about to stop. Spirichev gets out. That was a great entry by Potter. He didn't waste any time. Nano in the pits. Seems everyone is coming in at 14. there's Bivona, who has passed Potter. Cyril Nano now on his way out. Metcalf has moved up to 8th, passing Alexis Gordon. Bivona following the lapped car of Nick Holliday. Nick is to get out of the way quickly. Let's see what happens now with Lewis Wedding. He is in the pits. Aaron Curtis is rounding the final corner. But Lewis gets out on time, so great pit stops all around. Ronan Griffin now stopping himself. Spirichev will inherit that third place position. Not a great stop for Ronan. That looks like it's taking a while. That's like a 10-second stop. That's very unfortunate. Bivona is somewhat double stinting his tires. Although Potter has already gotten past him. There is a yellow flag. Might be more cars coming into the pits. It is Jacob Metcalf for Jordan. And he puts on another set of softs. While Gordon continues on the hard tire. And the tires following, so there could be a battle here. And it looks like Udis Batars is going to swallow up the Jordan. Can't be sure yet. She might battle quite hard. She runs a little bit wide there, but manages to keep it on track. Sirignano and Griffin are quite close to each other. Bivona dives into the pits, and it looks like a bad pit entry. He could have 10 seconds in there. Sirignano inherits the position, and yes, it's going to be a long enough stop for Bivona. The tires, Gordon, and now Metcalf on fresh softs. All together, 8, 9, and 10. The tires gets past Gordon with little to no trouble. Unfortunately, it seems the live timing isn't counting their pit stops, so hopefully I'll get that fixed for the next race. Although we press on nonetheless, gaps are showing their top speeds of the race. We see how quickly that Benetton goes over the Jordan Lewis, 11 kilometers per hour faster than straight. It's all about cornering speed here, and Metcalf seems to be closing in very rapidly. And Jordan goes wide. I mean Gordon, who is in the Jordan. Gordon goes wide. Jordan goes wide, with Gordon driving it. Goodness me. Jacob Metcalf is all over it. That superior Benetton Gordon. He's going to try and move inside the first corner, spooks Gordon out wide, and Gordon is off into the gravel trap, unfortunately for her. So now, he has got tires to negotiate. Benetton try. No battles in the top 6. Except for Aaron Curtis, who is not far away from his teammate, and he seems to be pushing to catch. Curtis is 2 seconds off of Lewis Wedding, with Jordan to lap, and he laps without issue. Aaron Curtis very, very close to his teammate. There is a yellow flag. What for? And it is the leisure of Nick Holliday who has spun. And he gets going clean. Aaron Curtis laps the Jordan. And now is in very much striking distance of his teammate. There's a car rounding the first turn. I think that was the Benetton. Burton's out of the race, as we know, as well as Jeff Riviere. The Tars is holding 10th. Gordon 9th. Metcalf makes a mistake. Recovers well, and he has the Benetton, or Williams, excuse me, to negotiate. That blue flag is out. It's in the top left. The blue flag is out for Metcalf. Let's see what he does. And he lets Wedding by with no trouble. Ivona all alone in 7th, not a points-paying position. In the harsh world of Formula 1, only the top 6 cars score points. 20 laps into the race. Potter, Griffin, both working together to score some good points. Spirchev far away, but on the podium. And Aaron Curtis is the man to watch at this Grand Prix. He has Metcalf to negotiate, although Lewis Wedding, raw pace, is gapping the Irish driver, Aaron Curtis. Metcalf to negotiate for Aaron. Very good coppers from Aaron, carrying a lot of speed in. Will Metcalf let him go with the Fogarty S's? It looks like he will. Very good from Metcalf. Melbourne hairpin for Wedding, he is exiting. A little bit of understeer from Wedding, so he is feeling somewhat pressured by his teammate. And judging from the tyre degradation, it looks like Aaron Curtis has fresher hards than Lewis Wedding. Well, they seem to be around the same level of wear. I believe Aaron hit it earlier, so he has had the opportunity to use his fresh tires. A lot longer than Wedding and get them up to 10, while Wedding hit it, I think, a lap too late. So those cards might be raining. Not much activity down the field. The field spread has definitely been shown. A lot of the top cars securing the top 6. The McLarens are having a good race, 3rd and 6th respectively, as well as the Ferraris. And it's all about who will take home that coveted Sonic the Hedgehog SEGA trophy. Have the Donington race once a year. Every driver will have a chance to get that trophy. Looks like Lewis Wedding might be the one to defend this trophy next year. And with his current form, defend the World Drivers' title. The World Championship, the World Drivers' Championship title for a 2nd year in a row. Supremely good form from Lewis driver. He just never misses a mistake. That mistake Aaron Curtis made with the spin really has cost him. 4 seconds might not seem like a lot, but it is in the camp of Williams. now Ivona to negotiate for Lewis Wedding. Lewis Wedding got through the gears very quickly. Very short ratios. 1 to 3. Potter now lapping Batars. And Batars lunges. That might make the British driver a little bit angry. But it doesn't seem like any meaningful harm was done. Jacob Metcalf is not seeming to have a very impressive race. I know he did have to start from the pit lane, but I would have hoped that Benetton would be quicker than that. But of course, the Benetton team have had a lot of pains this season. The dropping of Simeone from the team and the appearance and disappearance of Palominos. Wait, I think Curtis has hit it again? Curtis has lost a huge amount of time, 18 seconds. What was that? Is that a strategy call for Aaron Curtis? Maybe he's not going to, maybe Lewis Wedding is not going to go to the end on his set of tires. Could be a two-stopper. Although in his situation with an 18-second buffer, I'd say it would be a one-stopper for Lewis. Definitely a one-stopper for Spirichev if he can keep the softs in good nick. They don't seem to be too warm at the moment. And with 9 seconds to Potter, he does have time to do a stop and fight Potter for third. Ferraris are having a very peaceful race. Sirignano is not challenging the Ferraris at this time. He did have some qualifying troubles, but he's looking to be going strong. Ivona with his great 7th place in that Lotus at the moment. And now here is, yes, Jordan seems to be trying to attack the Benetton. Seems she has a flat spot on her right front tire. But it doesn't seem to be slowing her down at all. Gordon has had several consistent points finishes in the top 5. Although that Jordan has struggled somewhat, but late season upgrades are still to come for some teams. The race has truly died down quite a bit. There's not much happening. Aaron Curtis was our man to watch, but wow, Gordon lost a lot of time getting lapped by Spurgeon. Yeah, indeed, Curtis was our man to watch, but he's made too many mistakes to be able to contest it. And Sirignano is the last car to not be lapped by Wedding. It's only the top 6 who are on the leading lap. Everybody else has been lapped at least once, as the live tag here timing does not count for cars on the lead lap. And as we know, Lewis Rees-Burton with a big off is out of the race, and that's Holiday with a chicane cut. Unfortunately, he might have misjudged it. Jeff is also out of the race for Lotus. He's struggling. There's just 11 laps to go now for the sweating. Excuse me, I was getting a glass of water. There is not much happening though, there is not a lot to talk about. Seems like everyone is holding their positions just fine, there's no real dramatics. And, rumor has it Wedding will be having his contract run out at the end of this season, and going into next year he will not continue with the Williams team, but maybe the Benetton team or the Ferrari team. And we have a car in the pits. Who is that? It is Griffin. Griffin has an issue. Or it may be just his two-stop strategy. Yeah, it looks like a fairly routine stop. I did not see any issues. And Sirignano has a very fresh looking hard compound, so it looks like routine stops for some teams. It looks like a two-stop race. That's Potter with a fresh set of cards as well. And so has Spiritual taking a fresh set of tires. Don't look too warm. That looks like Wedding with a fresh set of hard tires. Same for Holiday. It looks like everyone is fitting with fresh tires. Pit cycles, the second stop pit cycles seem to have gone by very quickly. There. Not much action going on at the moment. Eight laps to go in this British Grand Prix. And it looks like Aaron Curtis will not catch Lewis Wedding, despite the mistakes he's tried to recover from. Looks like our SEGA trophy winner is going to be Lewis Wedding, although anything can happen. The cars have been quite reliable, no one has managed to make them fail. Eight laps to go for Lewis Wedding. And Holiday is really having a nightmare of a race. Not being able to find any pace out of that lead year. He has Potter to be lapped by. Tires is having a very lackluster Tyrrell debut. Warden has raced consistently in the Jordan. Metcalf is a modest 8th, but may be disappointing to the standards of Benetton. Rona has had a brilliant race. 7th position for the Moses team. 6th is Sirignano. 5th is Ronan Griffin. 4th is Owen Potter. But it could be a possibility that these two fight for 4th, because Ronan is very much catching Owen Potter. Fastest laps in quite a while. It seems the 109 was as good as it gets. Pace for the Williams. And even though Aaron Curtis managed to beat Lewis Sweating on the timesheets, it doesn't seem like he's yet able to beat him on the track. In the race, that is. Aaron Curtis has to translate that raw speed to qualifying into race pace. Might see a move from Ronan Griffin, although he's making very modest work of those chicanes and hairpins. It doesn't seem like he's driving like he wants to attack his team at all. Very smart, because they can just keep racking up points and contest the Constructors' Championship. He is getting very close to Potter now. He's getting closer and closer with each corner. I think we might see an overtake. On other news, there isn't anything else going on in the track. It looks like everyone is spread out. Not many laps to go in this Grand Prix. Fogarty S's, and Potter makes a mistake. That will give Ronan his chance. And Ronan is going to be very cautious about overtaking his teammate as they need the points. But we've got somewhat of a battle. I would say more teamwork is at play here. If Potter is making mistakes, they are to lap the Benetton and Metcalf. Four laps to go for Lewis Wedding. Just 4 laps to go. Curtis is still holding that 10-second buffer zone between him and Sweating. I'm not sure he's going to close that down in time, even if he pushes to his full extent. Spirichev seems to have happily secured 3rd place, so a great race for him. And yes, Ronan Griffin doesn't seem to have any interest in overtaking his teammate and is holding the formation, although he is faster than him. I'm curious to see if Ronan does make any move. 35 out of 38 laps just completed. Doesn't look like we're going to get an overtake anytime soon from the Grand Prix drivers. They're playing it safe, playing it smart. his Batars, and Nick Holiday are more than 2 laps down from Lewis Wedding. There's a yellow flag, but I don't think it's for anything. And that's Borden, so that's what the yellow flag is for. Borden has had a little bit of a spin. Nothing serious, although I think she lost a position. Yes, she lost a position to Batars. So maybe she'll be able to draw that back, I'm not sure. Wedding is very much continuing top form, and is going to be our consecutive champion, 2-time world champion, with this kind of driving skill. But he does have to be mindful of Curtis, because Curtis is only 11 seconds away. And a spin could change everything. I don't see it happening. Lewis Wedding looks pretty relaxed in his demeanor. A lap to go for Lewis Wedding. 2 laps to go for Lewis Wedding. Let's go back to the Ferrari situation as that develops. Roman Griffin is not making any moves whatsoever. Vona struggling with understeer in that Lotus. Metcalf! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Lewis Wedding's race almost got destroyed by Metcalf. I don't know what that was. That almost changed everything. I'm sure Lewis Wedding has some sort of damage. Let's check his steering. Seems okay. I would be a little bit frightened in that moment. Looks like he'll be able to continue with not much issue. That was definitely terrifying. Last minute spin. I don't think he has any real lapped traffic to go through as he is on the final lap. Sir Nano lapping the tires. Warning not too far away from the tires. Half a lap remaining from Lewis Wedding. Lewis Wedding only has a sector to go before he becomes the SEGA champion of this year. That's Holiday off, and Lewis Wedding is the winner of the British Grand Prix sponsored by SEGA and is now the SEGA champion. Aaron Curtis has a slide over the line, he catches it, he finishes in very good second place. Spirichev on his way to third. Nano, lap down, is finished. Spirichev, a little bit of a slide there coming out of the Melbourne area. Now Spirichev will cross the line. And he is third. Ferrari is going to finish in 4th and 5th formation. Calm race for them. Ivona finished 7th. Metcalf 8th. Tars 9th. Gordon 10th. Already in the pits. Leisure team, a very unfortunate day. There was a huge off release. Seemed like a brake failure. And Nick Holliday just couldn't get together in 11th. So with that, the British Grand Prix has been concluded. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. And there is Lewis Wedding, I think, doing some donuts. No, it's actually just the Williams team pulling Aaron in. 1-2 for Williams. I have been your commentator, Matthew Sibignoni, and it was a pleasure to enjoy the British Grand Prix with you guys today. Hopefully I will see you for the 7th round. Over and out.